How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and today we are going over the defense changes that I'll be making. As you see, I'm currently in Grandmasters now. I'm ranked 24, so whoever get matched up against this week, we're going to have a very interesting matchup, so make sure that you catch me live on Twitch. The information's always in my description. Now, without further ado, the defense changes I plan to make. In Stage 1, I'm going to end up keeping my Superior 6 on defense. I didn't miss them as much as I thought they would with them being on defense and me losing them as an offensive tool. As far as ISOs, I am making them all Raiders. I am keeping Doc Ock as a healer in here. Now, the reason I made this change is because there are starting to be way too many counters to where you can get a one-shot with Mephisto, Kahori, and Thanos Endgame in Stage 1. So I'm making that pivot so that way they're going to be in a totally different room, and it's going to make it to where they still need to sack it twice in order to get the clear, while I can try and aim for a single shot on it, and it gives me a very good advantage by doing this. For Stage 2, I'm sticking with my Odinati team. This team in Stage 2, making it to where they can get that ability energy, where my opponent can use ultimate abilities and start feeding more ability energy to this team, can really throw off the counters. For ISOs in here, I really like Odin and Captain Britain as a fortifier. It makes it to where they are more likely to survive the Moon Dragon using the special for the sack in here. The Black Panther Shuri being a Raider, healer on Hank Pym, and then I have Black Bolt in here to really boost up the health to try to make it to where my Captain Britain survives. So I do like these ISO choices for this team. For Stage 3, Mephisto, Spider-Man, Pavitra, Kahori. Those are the three pillars of what's going to happen in this room. The nice thing about this is I have Ms. Marvel Classic in here as a healer, and then I have Medusa as a Raider in here. Medusa scales so well to where if she gets offense up and she's hit into defense down, a 3 diamond Medusa, which I don't have, mine is like a 5 red, was doing about 20 million crits on it. It was pretty ridiculous. Now, in this room, this is where the positive effects get extended by +1 up to a max of 3. Negative effects get extended by +1 to a maximum of 3. When Ms. Marvel Classic loses all of her charges, she ends up giving speed up to the team, which basically extends all the buffs. Then they get regens that extends the speed ups. All the negative effects this team pumps out, whether it's slow, Mephisto doing his ultimate, or Kahori pumping out that special ultimates, basics, flipping everything. This team does a lot of positive and negative effects, and this team is pretty powerful in Stage 3. It's pretty much trying to make it to where you have to double stack it. If you go for the single hit, you could go sideways very, very quickly. Next up, we are going into Stage 4. This is Temporal Shielding. I did enjoy using Orcus as an offensive tool. They were actually very useful. However, I think I'm fine with putting them back on defense. It's going to try and pull away either a Kang Hive Mind, which means they can't really use Kang elsewhere as a stuck team, or a Night Stalkers team in here. Other options that I wanted to look at doing was maybe throwing Mighty Avengers in here. You know what? Let's do it. We're going to throw Mighty Avengers in here. This is going to allow me to use my Orcus as an offensive tool. So we're going to make a pivot live as I'm recording this. Mighty Avengers is now going into this room. I don't need this team for offense. And if they end up having an X-Men team on defense, I can get very, very good efficiency by using Orcus. So I'm going to end up making that pivot. ISOs, I'm going to keep Falcon as a Raider. Hercules, I like him as a Raider. We have a Fortifier, Raider, and a Skirmisher. I'm fine with that. So there's a live on-air pivot for you guys. Stage 5. We are doing the Spider Society with Zombie Juggernaut. I don't need Spider-Man Pavitra in here. He gives more value to that Mephisto Absolute A-Force team that we had in Stage 3. This right here, I have had it to where things went sideways. If they brought in like a Secret Defenders team, it was just a bad misplay, I'm sure. but it's a team that's going to get efficiency for me. So that's why this team is actually here. We're going to keep a striker on Zombie Juggernaut. We got Raiders on Ghost Spider and Noir, Striker Penny, and a skirmisher on Peter B. Parker. Do I want to make any adjustments? I like Ghost Spider here because the dodge chance. So if they try to do like an act into Zombie Juggernaut, this can be that pivot right there. We'll move Noir in between these two because he does go stealth, making it harder to hit these two together. So that's another on-screen pivot that you guys got to see live. Stage 6. It's just my extreme X-Men with Rogue. Nothing fancy in here. This did end up pulling a victory for me last week. Basically, if you accidentally kill somebody, it's going to speed up to where Forge gets the turn meter, and then things go sideways very, very quickly. Sunspot being in here with the charges, boosting the damage for the team. I do like this team in here. Other options that you could end up doing if you don't have Mephisto, if you don't have Odin on here, I do think if you end up sticking with the Annihilators on defense, whereas you see mine are currently on offense to try to get through like a Mephisto comp, you could still go with an Annihilators team probably in stage 3. However, Immortal X-Men has been taking that out, so I get more value from keeping that on offense for the Annihilators. Thanos endgame, if you want, you can stick them in stage 1 still. Make inventories that ticking time bombs where if you accidentally push him, he just deletes your team. That's always going to be an option for you guys. Now, if you don't have the Illuminati team and you want to use them on offense, you can treat stage 2. You can maybe throw the Orcus team in stage 2. I could see that working. Stage 4. This one here is tech and skill. They get speed up. I have a tech in 2 characters. I have a bio, mystic. So Falcon and Vision will get the speed up. I just find more value with having the Mephisto Absolute A-Force in stage 3. There's no city characters in here for this one. I like Superior 6 in 1 over stage, the team I have in stage 4. The reason being is if you end up start pushing my Superior 6 team, them being Raiders, the amount of AoE damage that they provide could end up tricking my opponents where they think they're comfortable, and then say Lizard gets his turn because of all the death proofs that he has and just wipes the entire team out. So that's my mindset for why I put Superior 6 in stage 1. Stage 5, if you want, you can go with the Hive Mind Super Skrull team in here. That should be perfectly fine. The Extreme X-Men, again, is just more of a filler team. It looks like I have a lot on defense, but I actually have more on offense. So for offense, I have a Cabal team. I have Immortal X-Men. I have my Annihilators. I have Black Knight. I have Mercs for Money. I have a lot of teams on offense, and I now have Orcus as an offensive tool as well. So I do feel confident with how my defense is set up that I could end up tricking some of my opponents, and hopefully we could go another 2-1 or 3-0. There is currently about 2 weeks left of Cosmic Crucible, and then this season is over. Then we're on to the next season. Let me know what you guys think as far as my defense in the comments section below. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.